Icky Little Duckling by Steve Smallman and illustrated by Tim Warnes. Mr. Rabbit liked everything to be just so. Every flower just so. Every pebble just so. Every leaf in the forest perfectly neat and just so. One day he was busy tidying when he found something smooth and speckly and perfect. "Oh, my whiskers!" he gasped. "You're just the thing for my collection." Mr. Rabbit hurried home. He carefully washed the perfect speckly thing and placed it just so in the middle of his collection. He loved it. He often sat, polished it, and humming a happy little hum. But then one evening, crack! A jagged line appeared down the middle of Mr. Rabbit's perfect speckly thing. "Oh, my whiskers!" he gasped in horror. "Don't worry, we'll soon have you mended." But it was too late. Crack! It broke in two. And out came something icky, sticky, and strange. Not just so at all. It looked up at Mr. Rabbit and said, "Mama." "What?" cried Mr. Rabbit. No, I am not your mamma." "Mamma," it said again, even louder. Then it hopped onto the floor, grabbed hold of Mr. Rabbit's leg, and wouldn't let go. "Yuck!" groaned Mr. Rabbit. He popped the icky sticky thing into a big bubbly bath. "First you must be clean. We'll find your mama in the morning." Quack! Soon there were bubbles on the floor, bubbles on Mr. Rabbit, and bubbles all over the burrow. "Goodness me!" gasped Mr. Rabbit. "You're a duckling!" "Gurgle, went the duckling's stomach. "Oh, bother," grumbled Mr. Rabbit. "Now you're hungry. Do you like porridge?" The little duckling did like porridge. She liked to sit in it. She liked to splash in it. And she liked to share it with Mr. Rabbit. "Yuck!" groaned Mr. Rabbit, and he filled up the bath again. "Yawn," went the little duckling. "Bedtime. Thank goodness," cried Mr. Rabbit. "Soon be morning." He popped the duckling into a box and tucked her in just so. But the duckling didn't stay just so for long. "Mama!" Mr. Rabbit flopped into his chair. "What a mess," he groaned. "I'll tidy up in the..." "Mama," whispered the little duckling. She scrambled onto Mr. Rabbit's lap, snuggled up, and fell fast asleep. Next morning, they set off to find the duckling's mama. Duckling found a stretchy thing and some spotty bugs. Then she found a grumpy old prickle monster and had to have a hug from Mr. Rabbit. But they didn't find her mama. Back at home, Mr. Rabbit made some more porridge. The duckling found lots of lovely things to play with. "Put those down!" shouted Mr. Rabbit. "Carefully!" "Oh, I hope we find your mama soon," he sighed. But they didn't find her mama the next day or the day after that. Then, one morning, down beside the stream, the duckling shouted, "Mama!" And this time she was right. She leapt to meet her family in a happy huddle of kisses and quacks. Then, as Mr. Rabbit turned to leave, the little duckling jumped into his arms and gave him a great big feathery hug. "Thank you so much, Mr. Rabbit," said Mrs. Duck. Back in his burrow, Mr. Rabbit scrubbed and polished until everything was as neat as before. His books were just so, his boxes were just so, and his collection was tip-top, totally just so. But he didn't feel right. Everything was just so, but he was just so lonely. Even his special things didn't seem so special anymore. Then Mr. Rabbit had a wonderful idea. "Oh, my whiskers!" he cried. "I'll need lots of porridge." Mr. Rabbit invited the duck family to tea. His burrow didn't stay neat for long, but it was filled with giggles and quacks and fun and friends, and Mr. Rabbit thought it was just perfect.